tell me a little bit about your background, about as an artist, but what you do and all that.
Okay, my name's Nikila White. I was born and raised in Lynchburg, Virginia. Um, I've been drawing my whole life, but I really didn't start taking it seriously with my portraits until about 3 years ago now, 4 years ago. Just one night I was awake, probably like 3 a.m., and I was like, you know what? I'm going to draw a face right now. And I drew it, and it was terrible, but it definitely started something that I have come to really enjoy. So now I'm where I am.
So did you have any training or just self-taught or what?
I like to say I'm self-taught as far as portraits, but I took art classes all throughout like high school and middle school. But none of them really focused in on like faces and portraits and dimensions and stuff. It was more like still life of roller skates or painting fruit, you know.
Right. And why portraits? Is that just something you really were drawn to?
It was really the first thing I tried where it did turn out bad the first time, but I could see that I was at least better than trying landscapes or still life or anything of that nature. So I just kind of stuck with it, and I'm really glad with how I've progressed so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, your pieces in the show we had in June, Black Artists Matter, I didn't know you at all, and I saw those two portraits, and I'm like, wow. I mean, just stunning. So you have a real talent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so is your favorite media charcoal, or do you draw on different things, or?
I've tried colored pencil. It wasn't bad. I did enjoy it, but it was just a lot more tedious. With charcoal, I'm able to move it around a lot, pick up, where I need to, make areas really, really dark.
Right.
And then there's graphite in there some places. I have like these thick graphite blocks. I just get the powder off of them for like lighter areas, but mainly charcoal. I just love being able to get super, super dark.
Right. And various kinds of charcoal, like vine charcoal. Do you use that at all, or?
I mainly use just a powder. So I get these 2 packs of powdered charcoal from Hobby Lobby, and I use paint brushes. I have a scrap piece of paper that'll be next to me, just kind of dabbing it on there and then just going over it.
So you're actually painting powder on rather than drawing with a pencil?
Yes.
Wow. Did not know that.
Yeah, so like for the smaller areas like the ear and the eyes, I have a really small, I use eyebrow brushes or eyeshadow brushes.
Wow.
Like they go from about that big, and then the biggest one I have is probably like that.
Okay. So tell me about your piece for the auction, 3000. I have to show my ignorance. I don't know this rapper. So is he a contemporary musician or what?
Well, his name is Andre 3000. He was a part of a group called Outkast.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Other man, Big Boy.
Okay.
He was very defining during his era. When he came onto the scene, it was very prominent and very out there. People were paying attention to him, front of the line. So I really wanted to, with his piece, I just kind of, the hat would really drew me in. I'm not great with like texture yet as far as like fur and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. I really look up to this musical artist. I listen to his stuff all the time. So I just wanted to kind of go for it. And it was the first hand that I've actually done too.
Wow.
Yeah. So just,
amazing for your first time doing those things. How it's just an incredible drawing. I mean, it's powerful and just.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, just the quality of your drawing is stunning. So I'm just really happy that you're participating. So I know we had that connection in Black Artists Matter. Why did you decide to participate in this auction?
I was actually reached out to by my old high school art teacher. She put me in contact with Tremaine.
Was that Kimberly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so she put me in contact with Tremaine on something, tagged me in it on Facebook, so I sent him a friend request, and he immediately messaged me, told me all about it, and I was just very intrigued because from at least my perspective, I've never heard of anything like that happening, at least in our gallery downtown.
Right.
So it was very exciting for it to be focused mainly on Black artists, and that I myself am a Black artist and could
Yeah.
participate in it solely. So it was very exciting. I gotta rush.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it was a good experience for you. And I know we've talked about you. We're going to give you a solo show. Did I give you a date yet?
You looked for 2021, but you were booked, so you said 2022 unless someone cancels.
Okay. And how are you doing with your inventory? Have you got a bunch of pieces done yet or not?
I don't know if you consider it, so these two on my wall.
Yep.
There's a third one. Would that count as three separate pieces or one? Because they're going to be sold as one, but they're all in their own frame.
Well, I mean, it would take up three walls. I mean, spaces on the wall, so that you could count that as three.
Okay, so 3, 4, 5. Right now, I've got 5. Well, 6, including Andre, if he doesn't sell. But I've got some pictures in the works that I'm trying to. It takes me a while to figure out what exactly picture I want to draw.
Right.
There's a lot of criteria that goes into it. So I have 4 or 5 maybe now that I'm looking to settle down on.
I hope that we get to the point where you have a full show, and I'm looking forward to that. Any last words about what does the Academy mean to you? I know you're fairly new to the experience of it. I mean, what are your feelings about the Academy downtown?
Honestly, I am just so thankful that I was reached out to and that I'm able to be a part of the community now, bigger and better, able to reach such a broader audience and connect with people that I, could have lived up the street from and not even known them. Just being able to make those connections, and it's nice. I really enjoy it, being a part of a gallery.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're part of the Academy, and I look forward. I hope that we get some interest in your piece that's in the auction, and glad to have you participate.
Thank you.
And it's good to get to know you. It's good to get to know you a little bit better.
You too.